Hey guys, it's me, Blanche. Welcome to Feast in the Middle East. As you can see, I'm not in my house right now. I'm actually on the rooftop of a San Francisco hotel about to do a couple of segments for NBC on emergency preparedness, how to prepare your pantry, your kitchen for a disaster. And I know a lot of you aren't going to get to see this show. It airs on California Live throughout all of California. But I want to help you guys out anyway. So if you continue watching, you're gonna get to see some of my favorite picks for stocking up your pantry in the event of an emergency. And to help you get prepped, I'm going to show you some pantry staples that you can keep on hand so that you can whip something up without too much trouble. Pantry items that are whole foods, basically. I'm not into really processed foods. It's such a beautiful sunny day here in San Francisco. Let me show you the view from the rooftop of this hotel. Here, let's take a look. If you didn't know that coronavirus was going on, you'd think it was just another normal, typical day in San Francisco, you know? And I love this rooftop in the Hotel Via because you get 360-degree views of the skyline. But I'm here to get to business and show you some of my favorite pantry staples. Now, the reason why I like these particular foods is they're all whole foods based. They're not super processed, if processed at all. And they have a lot of micronutrients that can boost your immunity because at the end of the day, you want to be as strong and healthy as possible during these crazy times, right? So let me show you some of my favorites right here. First, let's start with the fats. So, of course, I think nut butters are great because they last a long time in the pantry, as well as ghee because you don't even need to refrigerate it, and coconut oil. Now, both of these kinds of fats can withstand a high smoke point, so they're very versatile. You could use them for baking, you could use them for roasting, cooking, pan sauteing, and they last a long time, like I said, in the pantry, so stock up on these two. Another alternative is coconut milk, which I really like because they're great for curries. You could use them in baked goods. You can also cook with any kind of broth, beef broth, chicken broth, veggie broth. This is great for cooking vegetables or meats on the stove if you want a lower fat option, but I think you can't go wrong if you have any of these for cooking on your stovetop or even roasting in the oven. Next, let's get to the vegetables and fruits. So I picked onions, potatoes, apples, and for example, lemon, because citrus lasts a really long time in the refrigerator, 3 months. So if you want fresh fruits and vegetables, you can't go wrong with these categories of fruits and veggies. Now, of course, they have canned, we have green beans, but I really like pumpkin. I like canned pumpkin because you could use them in baked goods to make breads. You can also use them to thicken soups. A great pumpkin soup with ginger and cream is something I like to make on the regular. And of course, marinara. Marinara is a great vehicle for not just pastas, but you can make chicken parmesan with it. You can add it to pretty much anything. Now, for fruits, dried fruits are great, especially for the kids if they want to munch. I have here like dried prunes and dried apricots. The ones that come in these containers are pretty handy. They usually have peaches or pineapple. Also, applesauce. I really am a fan of applesauce, good old-fashioned applesauce. It tastes great alone or topped on pancakes or waffles. And make sure you have pancake and waffle mix while you're at it. My favorite snack on the go, which also happens to be a fruit, are olives. Olives are great. You could toss them in salads, you could eat them alone, but they come in these handy containers too. So you could like put them in your purse, put them in your car, and have them ready when you need. It's a nice whole foods fat with a little bit of protein. Don't neglect dehydrated fruits and vegetables. So I have freeze-dried strawberry, but they even have freeze-dried garlic and onions. If you want to add it to your soups, your stews, they come in handy. And of course, trail mixes are great on the go because they have nuts and fruits, and also nuts in general, pistachios, cashews, almonds. These are all great sources of protein, fiber, micronutrients like magnesium. So don't neglect any kind of nuts in your pantry. And they also go great with other dishes, from Middle Eastern dishes like I make on my channel to salads. Okay, now let's talk about the proteins. There are a lot of non-perishable proteins that you could stack your pantry with that don't need to be refrigerated, and they're very versatile. Let's go over those right now. proteins, my favorite of all time is tuna, because the amount of protein is unbelievable. Look at this, 21 grams of protein, and there are 1.5 servings in this one, so you get almost 30 grams of protein. And I always get wild caught. This is one of my favorite brands. But they also have them in very nice convenient packages like this, like Safe Catch is another one. I'm not getting endorsements from this, guys. I'm just showing you my favorite brands of tuna. Of course, canned chicken. This is great to make chicken salad sandwiches, add to your salads. You can make casseroles, rice casseroles, by adding chicken to it and some of that marinara that I mentioned earlier for some extra tomato kick. And there are some companies like this one, Gourmet Foods, Second House Gourmet Foods. They make muhammara and hummus dips, which have very clean ingredients, and all you do is add water, stir, and eat. So that makes it very convenient. And let's not forget about lentils. Lentils are a great option because they are full of protein, fiber, and iron, and they make great rice dishes. As a matter of fact, to give you an example, if you guys have seen on my channel before, the mujaddada recipe that I made for you guys, it's a popular with a lot of you. So this is lentils, and I put bulgur wheat this time with sauteed caramelized onions. Something like this is so inexpensive to make, it feeds a lot of people, and it's quite filling. Serve with a cucumber tomato salad and some yogurt, and you're good to go. And a lot of you might neglect milk powder. Now, milk powder is great because you can stir it into sauces, you can make cream sauces, you can just stir it with water and make milk on the fly when you need it, and if there's no milk available, you could even incorporate it into cookies, cakes, pancakes, pretty much anything. Milk powder is very versatile and non-perishable, so you could keep it in the pantry. And don't knock the protein bar, some are better than others. This one has pretty clean ingredients. Make sure that you get them without sucralose or aspartame or acesulfame potassium or other weird fillers. All right, guys, let's cover starches. Sometimes people think the only way they can eat in an emergency is to stock up on just pastas and rice. But really, there are so many kinds of grains that you could choose from that have an extra boost of protein, so that life just doesn't have to be boring, full of rice and pasta. Let's go on to the starches. There is so much to work with here, from mashed potato flakes, which you can make mashed potatoes, but you could also turn it into a shepherd's pie. A big favorite with kids are macaroni and cheese, which I love because this also has the added protein from the cheese. Try to get organic varieties if you want. If there is no bread, actually, believe it or not, a lot of kids like these toasts. These are very versatile. Instead of sandwiches, they taste great with cheese and jam, even peanut butter. They're crispy, so they have a different texture, but still a winner with the kids. Of course, pastas and bulgur wheat, bulgur, freekeh, and barley are great alternatives because of their higher protein content, and you could also make a lot of great pilafs with that. Quinoa is also great because, again, the high protein content. And finally, if you go to Asian markets, or even Whole Foods might sell this, brown rice spring roll wrappers. These are great for wraps. So if you don't have tortillas available, this is great. All you do, these last forever in the pantry. You just have to wet them with some water, and then you can roll up your anything that you want. You could put veggies inside, seafood, chicken or tuna, add a few veggies, and boom, you've got some great wraps. And these, like I said, last a very long time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. And if you have some tips of some great pantry staples that you can't do without, leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.